Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the FSL Valorant 5. And now we have none other than Affinity Esports yet again, but this time they're going to be playing against Vendetta. And on the map that just talked about earlier on as well, it's going to be
Yeah,
Icebox, yeah.
it's going to be Icebox. I think this is going to be very interesting to see. You can already see that they're playing the agents that kind of favor the map. We got Omen, we got Jet. It'll be jumping around and flying up all over the place, and that's going to be fun to watch. Of course, Affinity are going to be defending. Vendetta, familiar face. They're a Filipino squad as well, and they're going to be attacking.
Yeah, they are hovering over the Viper as well, but they might want to go straight up for the Raze instead. Surprisingly, they don't
No
even
Sky.
yeah, they don't even Sky, neither are they actually utilizing Breach as an option here in this map. Um, even agents like Killjoy could actually be really good as well.
Oh, that is true. The
Yeah.
turret could do so much, even though just gonna be considering how, I guess people describe the map as it's big, it's wide.
Choose your
Yeah.
agent.
Now they only have around 5 seconds to actually lock it in. But I think this is pretty much it. We're gonna see a triple duelist composition coming out from the blue team, the defender side, and the attacking side. They do have the that's so cool.
The way it locks in.
Yeah, damn, that's so cool, man. I really love how this game is just progressing.
It's just getting started, dude. I mean,
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. It's just getting started, and it looks like this already. Can you imagine how it's gonna
When
look
it-
in the
yeah.
future? Like, when it gets like really polished.
we have
Wow.
custom UIs, just like the sound effects and the animation and the
Statistics
it's gonna be awesome.
In game during observer mode, and
Oh,
you can, like, see
yes.
specific statistics. Imagine having an observer mode where you can like have a touch screen and you touch everything.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
That would be next level. But in the meantime, this is going to be the first round, pistol round, Affinity Esports versus Vendetta. Both Filipino gamer girl squads, and it's going to be really awesome to see how they play this one out. Might be their first time on Icebox in a competitive setting, I'm not sure. But yeah, Omen on both sides. We have Raze, we have Jet. The only difference is Sage Sova and Omen. Well, wait, Sova and hang on a sec. Triple duelist, so they're just gonna be full committing into a site. The early paranoia coming from the Omen over
Yeah, very
on
early actually.
Affinity side, yeah. I think it's a slight delay, but not going to be enough as they just make their way onto the site. Catherine, though, will find the first headshot. That's Handy getting taken down. Two have fallen, but Neshi will be able to trade it off just by a bit. The flash comes out from Mayuri, and they're just adding on kills after kills, and that's going to be Affinity taking round one.
Right, first round of the map goes straight towards the favor of Affinity Esports. I mean, I felt like that push was just very, very, I would say very linear. They didn't really think too much about clearing the side as well. Like, you just all in, try to go for the plant, and then didn't really check corners. Didn't really check this side right here as well.
Yeah.
To see whether actually they stop them from pushing through, but.
I mean, I'm going to sound like a broken recorder here, but Vendetta, they don't have flashes. They only have an Omen.
Yeah.
And that's their Omen already taken down again. So Macassie goes in, Spectre in hand, finds one. Abby does get Ash taken down, though, but look at this. They know that they're all pinned down over by this alley here.
One enemy remaining.
Macassie comes in, and the flank from the rest of her team goes in as well. So it's just going to be an all-out deathmatch right here by the alleyway, and that's going to be 2-0.
I mean, this is the kind of playstyle you expect from Affinity Esports due to the fact that they have a triple duelist composition here. They have to play a little more aggressive. They don't also, at the same time, they don't really have the pop flashes as well. They have the flashes coming from the Reyna. They also have a flash coming out from the Omen, but that's pretty much it. They don't have the pop flash. They don't have Breed, no Phoenix, no Sky, no nothing to have that very big flash. So both teams kind of, I would say, kind of even when it comes to the having that flash, because I wouldn't really consider Reyna's flash to be optimal.
True. not exactly the most optimal, as you know, you can shoot it out really quickly, but I think it's a nice little alternative because you don't flash your own teammates when you have it out there like that.
Of course.
But yeah, I mean, they are on defense after all, so just buying a little bit of time. Meanwhile, we're just going to take a look at this nice, delicious slice of pizza. Looks a bit stale.
Is that pineapple on it? Is that pineapple?
Is that pineapple?
Is that pineapple?
What are your thoughts? Pineapple on pizza?
I actually like pineapple on pizza.
Me too!
Yeah. I actually think it's really nice.
Chat is just going to flame us right now. I like the... I know this is a Southeast Asian stream, Southeast Asian FSL community, but here in Singapore, we got a buttermilk chicken burger
my
from
god,
McDonald's.
yes.
It has a
Really,
slice
yeah.
of pineapple on it, and you got buttermilk fried chicken.
So good.
You got mayo, you got lettuce, and all that stuff.
So good.
I like it. I really like it.
It's so good.
It's like tangy, sweet.
That's probably gonna be dinner for me tonight. The moment you talked about it, my mouth just started salivating.
But yeah, back to the game. I think they're trying to clear out some ping issues here and there, but looking at this, it's going to be Vendetta leading the full firing squad right up the tube. They will be able to find a first member. Now Sushi dashes right into Ash, who unknowingly gets caught out right by her right side. This is going to be even more fights getting off sounded
Spike planted.
all around the place. Well, they get the spike down. Now it's all up to Liz
One
Chan
enemy
and
remaining.
Catherine, who unfortunately gets taken out. Alright, find a couple more, but Hamby will ultimately shut her down, and that's going to be 2-1.
Yeah, remember that Liz Chan wasn't actually playing earlier on.
Yes.
Yeah. So now it's going to be 2-1. I think they might actually... Oh no, never mind, it's fine. Icebox. You can definitely tell it's a very different type of playstyle when you don't have a flash. It's either you get killed or you just manage to push through that side, right? I think both teams definitely know that they don't have flashes that can get a good pop flash. You only can it depends on smokes. That's pretty much it. Even the Sova isn't really getting a lot of intel as well from both teams.
Yeah, it's definitely not the easiest thing to do. You can see the way that Vendetta has been pushing so far. It's always just 5-man squad. They're going straight into a site, whether it's the tube down by B mid, whether it's just running straight into B, whether it's running straight into A. All 5 together, when they get caught out by Affinity, that's where Affinity starts to pick them apart. You know, they get stuck in a single spot. The rest of the squad starts to rotate and just basically sandwich them into an area. They get stuck, and it's very hard to fight their way out of that.
I personally think in this map specifically, I think A bomb site is just way easier to to secure instead of B, because B there's too many angles. And also too many places for you to take note of. You have to take note of kitchen, you have to take note of the crates, you have to take note of the corners here. And we only have 12 seconds left in this buy phase right now. Looking at the money and also guns, both teams pretty similar, I would say, just at the fact that there are 2 Spectres here on the side of Vendetta.
2 Spectres, but of course they have the heavy armor as well. Meanwhile, Affinity, they have 2 light armor players instead. So if they both collide, this could be a free weapon upgrade on the side of Vendetta this time. But looking at this, they're once more just waltzing right into areas. Right now, it looks like they should be colliding over by Kitchen. Okay, she finds the first frag, and she pops off, getting a second. And all of a sudden, Vendetta, they're just starting to fall apart.
The last one is going to be Neshi. And Mikase is on the hunt. Neshi taking some damage as well. Teleport's coming from the ultimate. Gets one, Ash gets taken out. Oh, misses a shot, but at least we'll be able to secure the last few bullets here on Neshi. Mikase get another triple kill. Mikase is actually having so much fun here. 6 kills so far. Already has the ultimate up as well, along with Mayu as well as Liz Chan.
So much fun. I mean, just Liz Chan having the ultimate, the showstopper as well, can definitely throw a wrench into Vendetta's plans. Hunter's Fury, you can deny plants. There's so much that you can do. So Affinity Esports in a very, very comfortable position. Vendetta, Well, not so
Let's
much.
make 'em
They're dropping a
dance.
lot of frags. They're walking into sites, and the dry peeking definitely doesn't work out at all.
Now they're gonna try to secure this A side here. They're gonna put an A push. Oh my god, this
Revealing
Hambe.
area.
Trades off gap to pick onto his Ash.
Bomb buddy.
Does have the showstopper as well, so this might be a good opportunity for them to actually rotate, knowing that all of the enemy teams actually have rotated towards A side. They don't have to secure this.
Don't have to, but they very well might just get sandwiched, like I said, over by this area here. Looks like Hanbe's looking for the showstopper frags to kind of just cut it off, but ultimately
Oh, where's your gun?
shoots it off
Where
a
is
little
your
bit too
gun?
early.
Fire in the hole.
She had her knife out.
Hmm.
Never do that, kids.
Knives out for Habambe. Oh no, Sushi was going to find a headshot
Blocking sight.
onto Mayuri. 2 remaining members. Now they've turned it into a 2v2. It's just going to be a huge firefight over here by the A site.
You will not kill my
Here
allies.
comes the res.
30 seconds left.
Now they're gonna rotate back towards B. They should have done this way earlier. They probably could figure out whether the enemy team has already fully rotated towards A.
Looks like McCassie is just going to be the only one to meet
They
them.
have to
Stop
stop
the
the ball.
plant from
Oh,
she's
why?
done it. 10 seconds left. How are they
10
going to get the
seconds left.
plant now? Oh, and the Hunter's Fury as well. 4-3. And it looks like a Kane will be able to plant it just in time. But walking right into McCasey, and that's going to be that. Now, Leonhardt, unfortunately, with the Hunter's Fury getting caught out. That's going to be 4-1 in favor of Affinity Esports.
Mika's just having so much fun in this match. 11-1 on her tag here. 4-1 the score. Already has the ultimate coming up really soon as well. Only 3 orbs remaining here. I mean, 3 charges for the ultimate to actually pop up again.
I mean, I have to credit her timing as well, right? She knows
Yeah.
exactly when. Okay, she's planning it. This is the exact time I should peek, and this is when I am going to stop the plant. I'm going to get the kill, and I am going to walk through the smoke and find another frag.
Also, at the same time, I don't really understand that the plant position. That was
A little bit
such
open.
such an interesting spot to actually go for the plant. But you know what? It is what it is.
It is what it is, and look at this positioning. Cassie has found herself up into that corner. Gonna get tagged a little bit by the paint shells, forced to get out of the corner, and this is where Habambe comes out with a sheriff. 5-4. They're looking to push into
no, not
the
again.
site.
Okay. Yeah, does have the breathage on Ash.
Spike planted.
Slow Orb comes in just to slow the retake from coming through just by a bit, but Liz Chan will be able to come in with a flank of her own here. Catherine chimes in as well. Now Ash gets a frag with the operator. 2 remaining members left. Now Liz Chan! Oh my gosh, somebody stop her.
4-1. Liz Chan trading behind 8-3. They have the ultimate, they have the Jet ultimate as well. On the other side, they do have the ultimate and Jet as ultimate as well. So in terms of resources when it comes to ultimate, it's pretty similar from both teams. Which is surprising because I feel like personally when I play this map, I feel like it's more aggressive, more attack-sided. And shout out to Intel for the replay as well. Look at that beautiful, beautiful flanks coming up from Liz Chan.
Yeah, the flank and the spray transfer from Liz Chan, it was just absolutely, absolutely. And this is how, you know, this is where the Phantom starts to shine as well. I think there have been recent talks about how the running accuracy is a little bit too good. But meanwhile, once more, it's up to Vendetta to make the pushes happen. They've been getting the plants, but not securing it afterwards.
Bomb buddy out.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's a lot of intel.
Satchel out. Satchel out.
The double boost,
Man.
she finds a Kane. What a
This
playground.
gamer is insane.
Oh, she's going for it. This is a spray. Ducks down to just get out of... That was suppressive fire now. Liz Chan finds Hanbe.
Revealing area.
Oh my gosh. The aggressive arrow ultimately
was
gets
such a-
punished in the end.
That was such a messy fight here in the kitchen. They get a bomb planted at least. Oh, no. Don't make the same mistake that you made earlier on.
Spike
Oh, you
planted.
can hear From the Shadows being
cancel.
cast as well.
Yeah, they cancelled
They
it.
have the intel though, so they know where Neshi is.
Here.
There goes the ping.
Challenges.
Okay. Sushi gets sliced up by the Vandal. Now it's a 2v2 scenario. They're looking for Neshi. They know that she's
enemy
there.
remaining.
Dark cover goes out. Now it's all up to Neshi. As Ash just pumps her full of lead, it's going to be 6-1 the score over in favor of Affinity Esports.
And Mikasa already has a showstopper up and running in. The funny thing is,
Again.
Ash has yet to use her Blaze Stun because she doesn't even need to do so.
Doesn't
She still
need to.
has the operator as well. Wow, they're doing such a great job in this specific match against Vendetta and on the Xbox as well. I was talking about it earlier on. This is such an I felt like this was Xbox is more aggressive, more attack based, especially on A. And also at the same time, the reason why I say is because there isn't much possibility for you to like slow down the pushes because you can just dash in really fast. When you have a
Yes.
jet when you can flash everywhere on A site. It's just so easy to take the site.
And this is where I think set executes would shine. You know, you
Yeah,
smoke
yeah.
out specific areas, you go in support in with a flash, your jet just dashes right through. You can find a lot of entries really easy. There's so many obstacles and objects scattered all across the map for you to play with. Of course, it increases the number of variables, the number of angles that you have to cover as well, but that's where you can have a lot of fun. But looking at how Vendetta has been pushing, it's the same strategy time and time after again. The only thing that they're switching up is the site that they want to push to. Now, gonna get caught up by the Hunters. We were dodging it with the Blast Pack, thankfully, but here it comes. You know, Affinity, they've caught on to this strategy. They know that they
Yeah.
can go in with a flank now.
Yeah, this is why I say it's such an attack-based map. The fact that you can just push through mid, push to B, and then get the really fast flanks, really fast backstabs. So you have to know, you have no choice but to push in really fast. You stay here as long as possible, you're gonna die.
A little bit too long. As you can see, they're
30
definitely
seconds
getting
left.
sandwiched now, and this is Mackenzie getting value out of her showstopper, getting 2 frags, looking for the 3rd. Catherine steals it away, but Affinity are just steamrolling Vendetta at this point.
Yeah, economy-wise as well, they're really hurt. They don't have a lot of credits to actually bring on the next round. So I felt like probably they have to just figure out a way to get as many rounds as possible here. 14-3 here for Mikasi, 9-4 for Lischan, 8-3 for Catherine. Wow.
They need to switch things up, you know, maybe gather intel, try to figure out where exactly Affinity are hiding, maybe delete one member off.
I mean, if you want me to be really critical, Sushi has not been very optimal. But I can't really blame her because there isn't any, you know, flashes or whatever.
Yeah.
Catherine is such a good position, but at the same time taking a lot of damage as well. But didn't manage to take down one. Does have the Blade Stone though.
One enemy remaining.
Again, coming from behind again, this is what I mean.
It's
You can
the
just push through
same.
mid. Like I was talking about this earlier on, you can just push through mid and just backstab really
Exactly.
fast. That's how yeah, Mayu gets a 3rd kill as well. This is what I mean. It's all about how fast you need to push. You need to be confident. But the
Yes.
thing is that they don't have flashes. We've talked about this earlier on,
Yep.
even in the previous match as well. No flashes makes it so hard for you to actually initiate team fights.
The only way that I can see Vendetta possibly winning a round on offense here is if, you know, the Omen enables Sushi to gain her entry by flashing out specific spots so that she can have this nice little spot of cover, brief respite to be able to dash into a site, get a couple of frags here and there, open things up for her team. But so far, it's not quite happening just yet. They're walking in as a 5-woman squad. A lot of dry peeking, and this is where Affinity starts to shine. Mayuri, they walk into her crosshairs once more, and Hanbei will get taken down. Now she's getting a 2nd one, possibly a 3rd. And she's not even worried at all because she has her Empress. She's going to be able to suck her health right back up. But Neshi this time says no, and she finds 2.
One enemy
Heals herself
remaining.
back up, but Catherine will be able to take the Kane down. She wanted to go for the res, but ultimately Liz Chan is there to stop her from doing so.
9-1 right now for Affinity Esports. Man, they have a lot to work with. Maybe, just maybe, defense would be a lot easier for the side of Vendetta, but I highly doubt it. Knowing that the kind of composition that they have here on Affinity Esports, they have a triple duelist. I expect them to just push in really fast. Smoke up, use the Omen flash, they use the Reyna flash, double pop flash that Reyna, you know, just go in instantly, using the boom bot as well as a scout. And then they're probably gonna use when it comes to attacking, they're probably gonna use the Sova as more of a like post plan situation. You know, say we got bounce, instantly annihilates Neshi there.
One enemy remaining.
And the last player remaining is going to be Leon. With the Spectre, you're not gonna be able to do much in long range, and Mayuri will be able to take down Leon Hard. 10 to 1 is gonna be the last round
before
for
the
the
half.
swap. Man, what can they do here, Control? What can they do?
Yeah, not looking good for Vendetta at all, and I think they're having issues with internet connection as well. A lot of ping spikes here and there, I think. So it's just really, really unfortunate for Vendetta here, but Affinity are playing out of their minds right now.
17 to 5, 18, 11 to 3. I mean, yeah, you have internet issues, but just when it comes to execution alone, the fact that Vendetta seems to always stay together in one choke hold. They don't really split up. You know, they don't really try to look at like, yeah, they make sure that no one's trying to come back from behind, but you kind of have to split up instead of just grouping up as one unit. It makes it so much easier for the enemy team to just take you down in an instant, especially when you're grouped up like that. So much easier for them to like pump, pump, pump. You know, it's like aim labs.
Aim labs, you get some grid shot going up in it.
Yeah.
You know, that's exactly what they could do. You have the Sage pushing into a site, get the smokes to obscure the vision from Affinity, and then you have your wall up to possibly split the site up in half. You get your plant going on, and then that's how you start to play the retakes game. That's where you switch things around. You start playing defense and let Affinity figure out how they want to push into you. But it's just not working out so well for now. The 5-woman squad, you know, getting stuck in a choke is definitely not what you want to do.
Definitely. It's not, I mean, this is just like, I would say the I wouldn't say Britain, but it was more like the basics.
Yes.
Yeah. It's the basics of this game. Never, especially when you're attacking, never hold on to that one spot way too long, especially when you are together as a team in one spot. That is basically like the last thing you should do. You're basically sitting ducks at that point.
Yeah. Sitting ducks, ham quack. This is obvious.
What?
I don't know. I mean,
Dab.
dab.
Like,
Okay, you can't really see us dab.
yeah, I just
but
dab.
yeah, I think they're just trying to restart their game in the meantime because
Yeah.
of the connection issues. But so far, Vendetta are yeah, definitely in a tough spot here.
Yeah, like it's far different from the previous match. You know, previous match you see this agent composition. They were very like sentinel based. You know, they have the Cypher and the Killjoy. We will expect like, oh, maybe the defenders will be better, right? When you look at this composition, then you see the Sage in an icebox, and then the fact that they don't have like Breach to retake, they don't have Sky to retake, and then you start to figure out, oh man, I don't see them coming back from this, even when they go on defense.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit tough. Although I'm curious to see how Sage plays out on Icebox. I mean, are there possible pockets or corners that you can prop yourself up into using the Sage wall?
You can actually utilize this area right here. You can use the wall to actually block them from pushing through.
Oh,
over
and you
here.
could definitely jump into pipes.
Yeah, but usually you will see people like walling this first, or even like walling this side right here, to you know, slow the pushes down. But at the same time, due to the fact that this specific map, especially on A, there's so many verticality. You have agents like Omen and Jet that's gonna totally annihilate this wall right here. It doesn't really matter to them at all. And also nowadays the wall, you can just shoot it down, so it doesn't really matter as well. And then I guess Sage could be utilized more on mid as well as A. B not so really, because you know, people just push through B. But then again, I want to point out this area right here. You can actually wall here as well. You're not gonna be. You only allow them to actually have only one side of line here, which is really, really hard to look at. You actually have to move down in under here, under the crates right here.
Oh, yeah.
You have to go under green.
And that's kind of
it's
where you
very
have that
dangerous.
one-way vision.
Yeah, it's very dangerous for you to like push this side right here, because you might get shot from here as well. So yeah, Sage is definitely quite usable, I would say, but I wouldn't really consider Icebox as more of an anchoring map. It's more of a retake map. It's more of an initiator map. Anchoring in this map, not really viable, I would say. You can do it, but it's not fun. Because
not
you're
fun.
gonna just see them just rushing through, and you're just holding down the side like, oh, I guess I'm gonna try like kill as many as possible.
Right. I mean, when you have so much space, why anchor? Why not just, you know, roam around and go in for flanks, go in for retakes, play, you know, backwards positions, defensive positions. And of course, credit to the Riot map design team, Lydia, Zanati, Chris, who I'm sure that you know. A nice little heart shape being drawn by Mayuri there. It's a lot of fun architecture to play around with.
Definitely. Man, today has been quite a day of technical issues from the players. We have a lot
really
of internet
unfortunate.
issues. We have a lot of program issues.
But you know, I think credit where credit is due. Let's take a look at the scoreboard. I mean, Makaisi so far has been fragging out of her mind. Look at that, 7-5. She's 1 point away from her ultimate. Again,
I think the first round itself, she has already gotten 3 separate ultimates. If this is going to be the third one, if I'm not mistaken.
possibly a third
Yeah.
one. On the other hand, Vendetta, they all 5 of them have their ultimates. There was that one round where I think Liz Chan tried to go with the Hunter's Fury to kind of stop them from pushing into A, and then Hambe using the blast pack to dodge it. That was a pretty fun highlight as well.
Yeah, but you have to be really critical with them as well. They're not really doing a good job when it comes to initiating team fights. Like we mentioned earlier on, their biggest weakness is the fact that they are indecisive when it comes to pushing on sites.
True.
They have to make decisions. In this game, especially on Icebox, you have to push in and you cannot hold on, because in this map, you can just push in through mid. You look at how close this is. Just think about it. The moment this opens up, the barrier opens up, you can literally take less than 10 seconds. You can just find the enemy team here and here. It's
and that's
really
where
that
we
fast.
see Vendetta, you know, they've gotten stuck over by A Nest, they've gotten stuck over by B Green, B Garage.
And also, this doesn't really help that they don't have anyone to cover the flanks. They don't have a Killjoy turret, they don't have a Cypher to like look at the cameras, they don't have Cypher to like tripwise, but Cypher is really bad in this map specifically, so I wouldn't really consider Cypher being utilized in this map. So yeah, what can you do? We don't have a Killjoy, you don't have anyone to cover the flanks. That's why this map is so attack based, because you don't really focus on flanks that often. You focus on just going on the side, securing it, and then you cover for the flanks.
Yeah. But they're just having a tough time trying to do that. I think if we take a look at the history of rounds as well, they've only managed to get the spike planted 3 times. And in all those 3 times, Affinity has been able to defuse the spike. So that's the score for now, 10-1. Affinity are just absolutely steamrolling in this entire group stage. They've, you know, they've beaten, what was the first team? Kitsune.
Yeah.
And now they're doing a really good job up against Vendetta. So all you Affinity fans in the chat, this is where your team is shining. Let's see and show some love. Hashtag AFN. Of course, I think we're going to go for a break pretty soon as the player restarts their computer to solve those technical issues. So don't go away, folks. We'll be right back. This is FSL Open Valorant 5. We'll be right back.
Okay, guys, ladies and gentlemen, we are back to the tournament. To the match, but yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it. It's gonna be
Switching sides.
We're switching sides right now.
Unfortunately, so what happened was, I think Hanbe's computer glitched out, so took, you know, a little bit too long to kind of settle the technical issues, and they felt really apologetic about it and decided in the end to just go with a 4v5. So Vendetta, really unfortunate, but in the aspects of time, they've decided to just kind of forfeit their remaining member. So
yeah, it's gonna be a 4v5 right now.
2 rounds remaining before Affinity takes a 13-1. Although things could still switch up. We don't know. It's 4v5. Now Vendetta will be playing on defense. So Affinity trying to make their way into mid this time. Looks like they could actually. Whoa! What an interesting wall! Did you see
Yeah,
that?
this is actually a really good smart wall to utilize here. Omni she actually managed to take down Mayuri.
Very big plays from Neshi.
Yeah, see that wall again? Even I just found
It's like
this
right
out.
in the middle of
Very
the
smart,
tube. You
yeah.
can't. There's so many panels to go through, and that's just gonna be a free kill for Ash there. Now looking for Neshi, but Neshi is able to shut things down. This was the entire round. Neshi was popping off.
Yeah.
Good job, Vendetta.
I'm gonna bring that home, by the way. That's gonna be.
You were a
I'm gonna
fool.
use that
Yeah.
in my games, and I'm gonna play Sage because of her right now. Thank you, Neshi. I really appreciate that.
Everyone in the chat. This is. We're
Show
on
us
Facebook,
more.
so you can't clip it, but
Yeah.
this is awesome. This is Pog Champ.
Show us more. What do you have? What other like little details
Right?
can you show us, Neshi?
Oh
what
my
other
gosh.
strats do you have? Yeah, this is such a smart thing to do.
You like it completely blocks off the two. You cannot
Yeah.
go through that unless you shoot down all 4 panels. And how much health does one panel have? Like
400 before
Four.
you do it, but 800 if it's fully.
that's okay. She's doing it again.
Yeah, so good.
The tube is entirely blocked off, so Affinity has no choice but to push into A this time. That's exactly what they're going to do. They have pistols, the smokes entirely blocking off the site for Vendetta, so now it's
Spike
just a
planted.
retakes game. They have firepower though. Mayuri up in an elevated position looking for the headshot. She's trying to tap away, but it's not going to quite connect. And now Catherine lurking underneath the platform. The sprays go through, and I think it's all up to Catherine and the
Last
jet
player
player.
standing.
And Vendetta, you know, despite being a 4v5, they're actually holding
Yep.
their own here on defense.
And I do believe Akani Anon is actually having really bad ping issues as well, and they're still doing such a great job. 11-3 right now, but right now this is where things get a little bit dicey here for
The
teams
full
because
buy.
they're full buy coming in, except for Mikasa. Mikasa can't really buy because I think she bought up earlier on as well. 5-1 right now for Neji. Neshi's doing such a great job on defense right now.
So it looks like Neshi's just going to go with the exact same wall. That's just one out of the many possible plays that Affinity can pull off, though. So we'll still have to wait and see how this goes out.
And that wall alone is going to completely nullify this mid push. But then again, you can just focus on going towards the long angles here.
Yeah, it looks like they're just going to go through B long and right into the site. A little bit of a smoke for a brief respite. Mayuri trying to frag out on the other side of it. So here comes the retakes. Rotates from Vendetta. Now she ultimately gets taken
Spike
down
planted.
from the lab.
Look at the kind of situation where Mayuri was. She literally has to look at 3 different angles.
Cutting their vision.
Now she's looking for even more. Dismiss away, going out for the refrag, and that's Leonhardt coming out of that live. Recon Bolt should be able to spot a possibly a couple of members there. But in the end, it's a 4-1, and that's going to be that. In the end, it doesn't even matter because Affinity, they just have the man advantage.
No, it is going to be match point. They don't have guns as well. And I think this is pretty much it.
Match point.
Oh, they do actually have. 'Cause I think it's because of one player missing, so they probably got more money out of that. Right now, they do have guns up blazing here for both teams, except for Mayuri though. Mayuri does not have a gun. I think can buy. Oh, yeah, he can buy it. Yeah. All right. There you have it. This is a pretty much do or die for the team. But I kind of decided to just go for a judge.
Well, you know, the judge can be a very
The
strong.
judge is one of the strongest guns we currently have right now in this
Yes,
game.
it
It's
is.
crazy
Just
good.
watch 10.
Revealing area.
Yeah.
But this is going to be Akane on Omen, so it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. We have an early Owl drone, silver player of Vendetta. But Yuri's just once more going on a tear. She's just on a killing spree. She's looking for even more.
Oh my.
Empress has been activated. She spots Nashi out, but the
That's
last
crazy good.
round just finds Nashi's head.
Has the overkill
Spike
as well.
planted.
And Vandal with the ultimate on Empress,
Oh,
it's really hard to
no.
control the recoil.
My
by the way.
Yuri!
She's going ham right now. She's
One
killing
player
herself.
Dude,
standing.
lakad matatad. And that's going to be a flawless
Attacker
victory for
wins.
Affinity Esports. Very, very well played. Of course, you know, commiserations to Vendetta, who unfortunately had technical issues. But still, Nashi with that wall?
Yeah. I actually learned a lot from that as well. I'm super, super happy to have seen that. If I wasn't casting this, I don't think, or
Yeah,
watching the
dude.
stream, I would not have seen that. And I feel like I have to learn a lot to learn from these players here. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the match. We're gonna come back with the next one. It is going to be Kitsune versus Ariel,
Ariel
Ariel
Invictus.
Invictus, and it's gonna be Icebox. And before we go, we're gonna give a few shout outs to our sponsors. We have Intel, we have Dreamcore, Super Solid, as well as Yahoo. So we'll be back after a short break. Stick around.